Good evening to the Captain Superintendent, all the faculties, all the staff members, and the trainees. It certainly is a very memorable day, and Dayalan sir, you made it even more special. Thank you so much. I think अगर 100 नंबर देंगे तो वो भी कम पड़ जाएंगे इनके परफॉर्मेंस के लिए आज, है कि नहीं? वाह, और जोर से ताली बजाओ। जनरली सरप्राइज एक होता है, इन्होंने तो आज सरप्राइज के ऊपर सरप्राइज दे दिया हमें, है कि नहीं? वंडरफुल सर, अमेजिंग परफॉर्मेंस, वेरी वेरी एंटरटेनिंग। लास्ट वाले परफॉर्मेंस में मुझे लगा कि रजनीकांत सरदार बन के आके नाच रहा है। बट एनीवेज, एक्सीलेंट शो सर, थैंक यू फॉर एंटरटेनिंग अस। Truly, today is a very emotional day for me, considering that this is the day my father and mother had a dream which turned into this institution. My father, when he retired, was looking at opportunities where he can keep himself busy, so that after putting in 42 years of hard work in the Indian Navy, he couldn't imagine himself sitting idle at home. So he went to his village, picked up 2 graduate boys who were jobless at that time, got them to Kakinada and started coaching them, prepared them to face interviews in shipping companies, and by virtue of his experience in the Navy, some of his senior colleagues who were already in the merchant navy told him that why don't you get these boys to us and let's see if we can give them an employment. And when these boys turned up for an interview, they were outstanding. Being graduates but jobless, but they were trained so well, they got selected for joining the ships. Looking at those boys going on board, another 4 or 5 candidates from nearby village started coming. You will not believe it, within a span of 2 months, from 2 students, the academy grew to 12 students. And on 1st of September 1994, I remember the date very vividly in my mind, is the day when we had the puja and started this college. Coincidentally, this day is also very special to my family, as it is the birthday of my beloved sister who passed away very young, Uzma Tehseen, on whose name we have this workshop. So today also happens to be my sister's birthday, and that is how it was decided that my parents started this institution on 1st of September. In 1994, when we look back on how this institution started and where it stands today, I feel extremely proud, and the reason for this pride in my heart is because whatever this academy has achieved because not only it was the dream of this great man, the support of my mother, but more importantly, all the students, the parents of these students who had very, very high regard for my father, who believed in him, got their children admitted into our college, and also all the teachers who have been associated with this college from 1994 till today. No organization, no institution can achieve success without a team. And I can tell you today that we have been blessed with an excellent team from when we started till today, because of which what we are today is because of all of them. So my heartfelt thank you to everybody who has been involved in this success story of this academy. A lot of people come and tell me, as a son, you have done great things, you have taken this institution to the next level, but certainly, always the guiding factor are the people around you who influence you and who also ensure that you are able to convert your dreams into reality. And for that, I thank my wife, Shaila, who's been behind me since 2005 till date. It's been 20 years that we've been married, and from that day onwards, I have got the strength. In fact, that was the year when I lost my father. My father passed away in November of 2005, but she was my strength and made sure that we live his dream and make it big. We started the construction of this campus in the month of August 2006, almost 8 months after my father's demise. And today what we are is all because of the hard work of many people who have been involved in this academy. And my gratitude to D.V. Raju, whom you very belovedly know as Nani. I think Nani, you please come on the stage. The academy started in '94 and made a shift from Kakinada to Hyderabad in the year 2001. I remember the date, it was 17th of June 2001. But we started the exercise of identifying a location in Hyderabad in December of 2000. That was right 3 months after my mother's demise. It was very difficult to convince my father to shift and make a move to Hyderabad, but it was no doubt for the greener pastures. My father finally agreed that okay, I allow you to move. And that is when we came to Kompally, and from that day onwards, he has been along with this academy and supported me like my best friend. So I think he deserves a big round of applause for all the effort that he's put into this organization. Thank you, Nani. Also, over the years, there have been a lot of people in this institution who have given more than 100%. It will be very difficult for me to count names, but I wholeheartedly thank each one of them. Please, if I don't want to read out names, because if I miss one, it will be an injustice on my part. So I wholeheartedly thank each and every one who's been instrumental in taking this academy to where it belongs today. Thank you so much. Last week, we had one of my father's students from his naval days, when he was an instructor in the Naval Academy, who now is a Vice Admiral, and 40 years down the line, you can imagine the kind of narration he had about my father and his ways of teaching. It shows that my father was a very good teacher. And I can tell you, I was also his student when I passed out of my 12th standard, and I did my initial pre-C in Commander Ali's Academy way back in 1994. Later got selected in ExxonMobil, and that is when I went on to do my next pre-C in T.S. Chanakya. I was from the second batch of T.S. Chanakya. But I remember whatever they taught me in a 3 months pre-C at that time, I had already covered everything, rather more than that, through my father's classes almost 6 months before. So I was considered as a student who knew everything even before the course started. And I think all thanks to my father, who was a one-man army at that time. In '94, when the institute started, he was the director and he was the teacher. And you will not believe it, I'm telling you, we had one classroom with folding chairs, and there were around 15 chairs which would be occupied by around 15 boys who were enrolled at that time. And you will not believe, the class would start at 9 o'clock and we would lose track of time. 11 कब बज गए, चाय टाइम निकल गया, 12:30 हो गया, 1 बज गया, लंच टाइम हो गया, फिर भी क्लास चल रहा है. But the class used to be so engrossing and so interesting that every student always felt involved in the class and would never even bother about कितना time हो गया है. And I remember days when the lunch break, which was supposedly at that time at 12:30, would happen at 2 o'clock. And nobody complained because they were so happy with the classes that were being conducted. And my father had this knack of taking classes, cracking jokes. And he had jokes for every age, whether it is veg, non-veg, everything. And he made it really interesting, and that is why the classes went on so long. And he was a true gentleman. Today I was just correcting some boys on how to wear your tie and how to put on your top button when you're wearing a tie. Let me tell you, all this I've learned from my father, because he used to be dressed for every class. Mornings, he would come in a suit, irrespective of what is the temperature outside, doesn't matter. He would come in a suit, After lunch, he would change like naval routine into a sports ring. And he would be tip top, and he would always tell his students, see boys, you are all looking to join a profession where you are going to be working with foreigners, you're going to be representing India. So how you carry yourself is the image that you will create for the entire nation. And that is exactly what I follow, and I want my students to learn. See, there is no age to learn. Even when you become old, when you become 100 years old also, there are many things that you will still get to learn. So don't feel shy, learn good things, carry good things with you, because that is what is going to count when you go and face the world. And this academy is the platform that has been created by this great man, and you should be fortunate to be here today, because 31 years ago, when a dream was nurturing, I'm sure my father must not have imagined it will grow this big. But I feel so proud that I have taken it to that level. And now, as students of this academy, it is your responsibility to take his dream further, do well in your professions. I felt so happy looking at a Vice Admiral in my campus last week. And I'll be more than happy when I see you boys as engineers, captains, coming back to this academy and giving your knowledge. In fact, I remember very well, last year today, we had one of our ex-trainees from the first batch of GP rating, Captain Sandeep Singh, who was here to celebrate the Founders Day. And I'm sure there are many more students who are willing to and wishing to come here and teach to all. So I will see, before your batch passes out, we will try to have one more student coming back and giving you some knowledge about how they started and what you can carry from this institution when you go on a ship. Remember boys, getting a good start to a career is very important, and you are here today to get a good start. And I, as a promoter of this college, always feel that I should give you more than what is required for you at this stage. And I have been very successful in doing that. But again, एक कहावत है, घोड़े को आप कुएं तक ले जा सकते हो, बट कुएं में मुंह डाल के पानी पीने का काम किसका है? घोड़े का. तो we are giving you the opportunity to learn, to grow. It is in your hands to make most out of it. You are very fortunate to have an excellent team of teachers here who are all there to help you, guide you day in, day out, and make you able seafarers. Make most out of this time that you're going to be spending in this academy. Remember, आज का जो पल है ये बहुत ज़रूरी है आपके ज़िंदगी में. यहाँ पे जो सीखेंगे आप, यही आप अपने साथ आगे ले जाएंगे. So I want all of you to make most out of the time that is available to you in this academy. देखिए, देखते देखते 2 महीने गुजर गए आपके already. Today we are already 2 months through the course, और देखते देखते बाकी टाइम भी निकल जाएगा. But what is important is आप जिस काम के लिए यहाँ आए हैं उसके ऊपर फोकस करें, और जितना सीख सकते हैं सीखें, और अपनी करियर को मजबूत बनाएं. I would like to call all my staff to come on the stage, and I want all of you to please stand up and give them a standing ovation. Yeah. I think all the galley staff who are here, even they can come up, because you are all a part of this institution who have been giving your services. क्या शर्मा रहा है वहां पे? लक्ष्मण, आ जाओ, भाग के आओ. I think more than me, this entire team standing here deserves a big round of applause. Thank you all for making